Hey guys, so before I start this, I do want to say that this is not intended for bullying or harassment. This is strictly intended for educational purposes, to disprove somebody who has been lying on multiple members of this community and my closest friends for the last, 2 years, Lyra Jones. Yesterday, or actually it was today, tomorrow, when you guys see this video, because I'm sure she will not do what's right, she went live at 5 a.m. and slandered the fuck out of Mickey Mouse Fan, and I have had enough. You've done that to Margaret, and to Mickey Mouse Fan, and Nikki, Supernatural Crimes with Nikki, and What You Doing, and Lindsay, and I've had fucking enough of it. I gave you until 9 a.m., which would be tomorrow morning, to retract, apologize just as loud as your false bullshit claims, and not to have any bullshit and make sure you meant it. So, God knows you probably made a video like, oh, who does she think she is? Bitch, I'm the person that holds the truth and the actual receipts. So let me scoop to some levels and let's get into it. Getting ready to go to sleep because it's now 1:23 a.m. I was trying to get some of the stuff done in CapCut because I'm probably gonna have to put the video out in like 2 parts, tomorrow. And I came up with an idea. So I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video, but every time Lyra Jones lies, I'm going to play this sound. And we'll keep track of how many lies she told at 5 a.m. And that's just at 5 a.m. Also, can you please show where people demanded that you got off an app? If I recall correctly, people tell you to get off the app because you claim we're homewreckers, which is weird as fuck, that we're vile, we caused your children all that trauma, that you didn't do anything wrong, you don't do anything wrong now, you're absolutely practically perfect in every way, yada, yada, yada. So if we're all vile and the app's vile, and then wouldn't the solution to be get off the app? We're not the ones complaining, you are. And where did we say we don't care about mental health, we don't care about kids, all we care about is lining our pockets? Can you show proof? Show proof for once, bitch, because you don't sow shit. You use the excuse, I don't want to go to their level. God knows. Well, bitch, you've been lying to God, and you've been caught. And no, your convictions with him are not being forgiven. So, there's that. And unfortunately for you, you don't control fake karma, because fake karma doesn't exist. But you know what does? Real karma. Which would be like your kids not wanting to do shit with you, and you being alone and miserable. So, there's that. Karma's a bitch.
Take Christmas presents from several different organizations, receive presents that are not age appropriate for your children, that are toddler and little kid toys, but you take them anyway.
Shut up, chill out. Oh boy. Oh, it's all good, They know. Trust, they know. They all know. Besides these people, they all know. Between Dog Patrol to the police department to the courthouse to they all know. They know. Oh, they know. They know. That's all I'm saying, they know. Y'all just tripping. Y'all tripping. Just like, people showing up to a courthouse. You see? Never mind, shut up. Shut up, Lori. There's cameras in the courthouse. You don't think the judge, and certain people will see things? And the pictures being sent by other people because, boom, who are you? Why are you showing up here, bro? Who is you? Oh, you pulling up, right? So let's get coffee. But it was at the courthouse, you can't, well, you could, but, they all know, promise that, they do. They do. They watch, certain people watch, because a lot of them don't fuck with TikTok or none of it, mess with it at all. Other ones don't mess with it like that either, but they watch it. They watch it. Did I said that about 1 million times? People have been watching. I'm glad they are, because education's beautiful. They're pieces of poops that like to waste resources because they're mad because of this person, or that person, because they feel this person's a beggar, scammer, piece of shit, and this and that. Take up, God. Sorry, I had to go through a very bad situation that a lot of people say I lie about, but too bad you weren't there. You don't know. Certain people do know, though. That would be me and some others, so mind your business. Not your business. You don't have to believe it, or word that comes out of my mouth.
We don't. No, we most certainly don't. We don't believe none of it.
Life is really good. Just, life is good. And it's still gonna be good. I'm gonna do Whitney's, oh my God. Oh my goodness, my heart just... God, what do we do, bro? And they clearly know, they do know you guys want me off an app, just like you want others off an app, because again, they see, not just you, my off the app, it looks like, clearly, right? So they know that they try to push you off of an app, or they just know about them. They don't care about mental health, they don't care about this, they know, and see, and this is why they don't mess with certain apps, because of this, but,
I could care less if she's on an app. Her children wanted her off the app, her kids, and she couldn't do it.
I also educate other people. You don't put baby in the corner. No, don't tell me what to do, I'm grown. So, one thing I won't do is ever ask you bitches for a thing again. I'm God. You'll just
continue to beg on the back end, scam on the back end, dry beg on the back end.
Because life is good, baby. It's better, way better. And why is it good? Because Lori hasn't been doing shit wrong, so God showed up and showed out, as well as others and myself. Now, if I was doing something wrong in any way, shape, or form, you best believe 10 toes down, God was handling that. They do. They're home wreckers. They're out to destroy it. And the right people are aware of that, too. They are aware of that, too. They're aware of a lot. From, Reddit, YouTube, oh my goodness. They know. They say that this one person has no life at all. And no, they don't. Clearly, all they do is advertise Lori. They don't from people. Holy God. Yeah, they waste resources, bro. But, you know, we're gonna show out like always, and, you know, they know they're allowed to broke screen certain people at any given time. It's sad that you gotta broke screen certain people because damn, bro. But go ahead. I will refuse nothing. There's nothing to refuse, bro. Nothing at all. So, here, that's facts there. It'd be done big motion quick. But certain people, you know, not the people you thinking, they did want me off and out for a bit, but then they're like, no, yeah, they know education to the little ones is real good. And then other people were like, you know, just get off, you know, the app, because all they keep doing is calling. Well, why should I get off an app? I'm a single mother, I can't talk to my kids. I cannot talk to these two about certain things. A shitty person. So I call them, what? The math ain't math, bro.
It doesn't make you look like a shitty person. You are a shitty person. There's no looking about it.
Thank you, honey. Not all of you are bad, trust at all, but there's very many that are. Some.
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
My attorney did say, he's like, nah, she does not need to get off an app. Why? Why does she need to get off an app? Because they can't, you know, it's like, because they can't handle it or something? You know, it's like, bro, the only way they'll stop is if I get off an app. Literally, that's the only way they'll stop. Literally, that's God. It's the only way they'll stop. And I'm not getting off. I was off for a little bit. And then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. You know, you go down the math failure, you'll add the pieces. So, I did certain things that people wanted done. I definitely did. So they could, never mind. So, they did what they had to do, and then, boom, look who's back here. Hey, yeah, because why? Yeah, Ray's right, wrong is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is... So, I did that for them with what I think was not even a full week. But I did it, you know, there might be two because they wanted... Oh, excuse me, God knows. God, what am I doing wrong beside my time about? I'm working on it, but they're making me crash out. Yeah, oh, babies, my babies. Come on, to get a cookie, a little bit.
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
I'm on this app. Why? Because when it's happening, fun, watch it fun. Here's baby. Here's your cookie, Okay. Just the fact that now certain people go to school stressed, worried. Oh, no. You know, what the... Some of these people need to go worry about where their kids are at because they haven't, you know, we're not...
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
Oh, I mean, and then they'll say I'm lying. They'll say I'm lying. Oh, yeah, I got the fucking receipt. Clearly.
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
Look at our freaking strangers calling kids schools, calling... Oh, my gosh, bro. Karma, you can come any given time and handle these people. Anytime, baby. On your time. Please handle it properly and right. Don't everybody life matter. It does matter, but definitely they need served what you served.
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
Quit your stuff, please. Nix. Quit calling DCS, okay? Please. You have young ladies that are a little disturbed right now because of you. Waste some resources. Yeah.
Oh, Lou, your opinions are valid. They're valid.
Holy, like, good Lord, Lori. I really don't think you know what is real and what is a lie anymore. It's now 2:11. I'm going to sleep. And we're done replaying this because I forgot it was an hour and a half. You literally just lied for an hour and a half. Yes, it was yesterday morning now. So we're done with the replay. If you want to see the rest of it, you can go over to Mickey Mouse Fans because I can't. These fucking lies, they're just like... And no, you cut your shit and stop your bad behavior and the CPS calls would fucking stop. And the children are upset because of shit you've done and you've told them. And it's funny that you said that they went off to school today upset, but yet, they were home at at least one of them. Right, Lori? Why is that? Have we had some suspensions? Do fucking better, bitch. Instead of showing in an electronic format, I will be showing them in print format. This is not the entirety of the drive. But it's some important points that I thought were needed while also protecting the mental health and well-being and feelings and making sure I'm not embarrassing two teenage girls. So, with that being said, let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to do, since it is emails that you are lying specifically about, and don't worry, look at that. I got the whole floppy disk. See, this is the actual Google Drive. If there's one person who has access to that, you know who that might be, LJ? Oh, that's right, it's me. So let's get started on these emails, shall we? So Snarkers RS, who she did agree that I could include her because she did play a huge part in this drive. See, she had a contact from DCS that her email, it's a female, very nice lady. Her email ended with @dcs.in.gov. Good morning, Miss Snarkers. Thank you for sending this information. However, we wouldn't be the appropriate people for this. I will send this to the Miami County powers to be, since you had said person resides in Miami County. Thank you again. Signed, Division Manager. Located in Gary. Yeah. Okay. So, she forwarded that for us. Now, the email that was forwarded, specifically was written by me. So as you can see, Mickey Mouse fans name is not Ryan, and her email address is also not voices for vanished at gmail.com. So this email states, I am hoping if you are not the person I need to give this information to, that you could pass this along. I would really appreciate it. I have been on TikTok for 5 years, and I have been on Facebook for around 15 years. I have never made a report with an agency except for one time for animal abuse about 5 to 6 years ago. But the situation with blank and blank begins with a C. Their first names are F and the letter J, is beyond disturbing. It keeps me awake at night. My name is Ryan. I am a mom with 2 boys. I have a nonprofit, Voices for Vanished, and I don't live in Indiana. While I realize that someone who doesn't know, quote-unquote, Lori personally, can't weigh in on much on a situation, I just want whoever the case worker or workers are to see the many things that all of us see. I am an approved supervisor with my local CYS, and you can contact at Extension to find out about my character. I have known blank for about 20 years, which my baby daddy dealt with. I'm extremely concerned for blank and blank, with the last name C, that begins with a C. For many reasons, it is very clear that a liar has put these girls through trauma and stress their entire lives. A liar, while living in Florida, allowed a man by the name of Mr. Puma to move in with her and her children. There have been allegations made by Liar that this man, who is a convicted shredder, harmed people in some way. I cannot find any charges filed for this, but she brings this up on a regular basis. He is currently incarcerated on sexual offenses. On 2/6/2024, Liar went on a TikTok live and acted like an absolute fool in front of her youngest child. She claimed that Mr., who I named above, found her due to YouTube and quote-unquote texted her saying she couldn't protect her forever and that he was going to get them. Now, many of you may remember this. I think they called this like the Tupac crash out or something. Yeah, that was all lies. She even had the youngest terrified to the point that she wouldn't come out of her room until the only person that they've ever known, either one of them, as a father, showed up, which he did. He always does. She had told the only father figure they had this lie as well. The location was contacted, and we were informed and guaranteed that there was no way that this could happen. Yeah, the warden was also sent these clips. Actually, they called you Timu, Tupac or something. She failed to say that this man was still incarcerated. I'm assuming she didn't know. Did you assume that he was out there, Liar J? She claimed that there was a quote-unquote police report made, etc. For those who don't know, Margaret pulled the FOIAs and there was no report made for that. There was also no reports made for the, what did you say twice now that you alluded to Margaret and or Psycho Bunny had threatened to kidnap. Yeah, no police reports made even though you said there were. So there's 3 lies. Once again, legit traumatizing her daughter strictly for attention off social media. It is sick and disgusting. Sick and disgusting. She received help for Christmas, allegedly, from numerous outlets. It was always my understanding these places specifically ask, quote unquote, are you receiving help from anywhere else? Meaning, are you receiving help from, 3 to 4, 5, 6 other agencies? There are plenty of TikTok lives in the month of December of 2024, which can be found on our girl, MickeyMouseFanExposesng on YouTube's page under the Liar Jones playlist. Lou Jones, Liar Jones, showing her opening the gifts to quote unquote rewrap them. But there were times that she would say, oh, I'm going to send this to my mod blank. I'm going to send this to my friend off TikTok. Since Christmas, you can also see that she wears the clothes that the girls probably, in my opinion, received, and makeup that she showed on live that were supposed to be gifts for the children. There was also a Fisher-Price castle, and I did address this most recently to Sparkly Jen, but there was a Fisher-Price castle that she showed on live right before Christmas. She has also showed it since Christmas, quote unquote, saying F received this. Now, mind you, the child at the time was 14? Liar, 14, going to be 15, around 14 or 15. Yeah, it was a small child. It was a very large Fisher-Price castle place at Bells Whistle sounds, really cool. Probably would have really made a little boy or girl's Christmas. But I digress. Lori had to either, in my opinion, steal it or receive it by accident. Instead of doing the right thing and returning it, she wrapped it up and gave it to her 14 or 15-year-old daughter. Well, okay. And she showed since Christmas, quote unquote, saying the youngest received it for Christmas. See, that's another thing. Liar J has a really a distorted reality that her children are not babies. It's very strange. This is clearly a younger child's toy. As a boy mom, I can with my whole heart say this probably would have made a little boy's Christmas. This probably would have made a little boy's Christmas. I fucking despise you, Liar Jones. You are a selfish bitch. And to think he went out, then to think that any child went without breaks my heart. Yeah, when you say God knows, he does. Trust me. He knows more than you could ever fucking want him to. There are posts on Facebook from numerous accounts that Liar has had over the years asking for food, clothes, tents, etc. I understand tough times, but this is a constant for Liar. She, to this day, asks for help from people on TikTok. She gets 2 to 4 frat pays from McDonald's sent her from DoorDash by TikTok friends 5+ times a week. In December, she showed an empty fridge, stating she quote-unquote had no food, but yet gets $700 to $800 or more in food stamps monthly, including for the oldest, who has only spent 2 to 3 hours at this apartment since Lori moved in November. For those that don't know, the oldest never spent one night at her old apartment that she lived in for a year. She receives cash assistance for that child, and again, she hasn't even spent one night there. If she can't make ends meet now with SSI and SSDI, whichever one she gets, cash assistance, food stamps, whatever else, when the oldest wasn't there and the youngest has been there for maybe a total of 2 to 3 weeks, how in the world is she going to be able to support them if they're living with her full time? She has gone on about Psycho Bunny, TikTok username, coming to the first court hearing with Andy, saying that she was a quote-unquote stranger, but failed to mention that just months before, Psycho Bunny had actually been a mod and friend of Lori, a trusted friend. Hey, Lori, you've actually... See, she fails to mention when she, makes these statements about people, strangers showing up to court. Number one, courthouses are public. They're paid for by the taxpayers. Therefore, anyone can be in them. Unless they're banned or trespass, which neither one of those women were. So, And I'm thinking they knew there was cameras and didn't even have court. So there's that. She has sent Lori groceries, money, and even sent the girls Halloween costumes last Halloween, which Lori ended up keeping for herself. She referred to Psycho Bunny as her quote-unquote sister, like she does many others. Liar Jones? She has sent items from the girls' Amazon wish list to the guardians, the stepfather, for the girls, given the oldest her login information for Netflix, and now is paying extra so that these two can use it, because those who don't know, you can no longer, weasel your way into sharing a Netflix account because it knows your location. And if you aren't in the same location, at the same address, they charge you. While she was there for court, the girls were only able to use their phones on Wi-Fi, so Psycho Bunny went and got phone cards, so they fully had working phones. She took them out to eat and also back to her Airbnb so they could play in the snow. They didn't get as much snow in Peru. She has sent the girls pizzas and other food as well. Weird for, stalkers that are strangers and, whatever. I understand that this is a hothead, as am I, but A is being used as a punching bag for Liar. One day he is Liar's best friend, the only father the girls have ever known, and the next day he is quote-unquote nothing, kidnapped the girls, she puts a false predator jacket on him like she does other men in her life. Don't you, Lori? Yeah, we'll get to that. Just be patient, guys. She has on numerous times told Andy made up lies so that he would go on social media or make a video about addressing it, disrespecting whoever she told him was responsible. So I'm going to skip this part because it's just really, this is just about, the lies that Lori had told that led to, issues with Andy having with other people. So in my opinion, I'm going to put this in here. Oh, we'll just read it. Because Liar does this on purpose, in my opinion, so she can have Andy proven as unfit to have the girls, and they would have to go into the system. Lori, didn't you? You said that too, right? Mm-hmm. Thought you told. As a mother, who would want this? In my opinion, from what I have seen, Liar do herself and unedited, and then on TikTok Live and on Facebook, she would rather girls go into the system, which she has said numerous times. She also said she would their throats. Yeah. Than to have Andy to have them. I cannot imagine ever thinking that way, but I believe she truly does. I cannot believe ever thinking that way. We'll talk about the whole clean date. She claims that she celebrated quote-unquote 9 years clean, but yet on Facebook in 2018 and 2019, Liar admitted herself on numerous occasions she was in a relationship with her own cousin. No record of these children's birth. So yeah, I put that in there too, Liar, just read about, your twins. Her erratic behavior makes me extremely concerned for her well-being, not to mention the children's. She makes constant mentions that the girls are quote-unquote on their monthlies, and that they quote-unquote like women, not men. The stepfather wouldn't allow a friend to stay after catching the friend and the youngest on inappropriate websites. Lori. And chats and took her laptop from her. Liar had them come to her house and the girl stayed for 3 to 4 nights. You know, for those who don't know, they showed up at Lori's house like in the middle of the night, walked there or something, got a ride there, showed up there late. And then the girl stayed there and slept in the youngest's bed for 3 to 4 nights. Right, Lori? Yeah. She allowed them to sleep in the youngest's bed and everything. After the youngest said they were a quote-unquote couple. In my opinion, if it was legal, she would allow the youngest to drop out of school so that she had company during the day. And so the youngest doesn't get any further than she has. Again, I have never seen a parent, let alone mother, think and behave in this manner. As mothers, we should want better for our children. I sacrificed everything I had to do in order for my boys to have the best life possible, and I don't regret any of those decisions. All right, that's just, about their donor. So this was the first email correspondence I had sent, and I had said, I hope that you all see through her lies, manipulation, insanity, and narcissism. I seriously worry for those girls if they end up staying with Liar. Here are some YouTube channels you can watch. Kai, Mickey Mouse Fan, Nikki, Simply Sophie, and Snarkers R Us. Thank you for your time. I can be reached at, and I put 2 names. Which is for Vanish? Yeah, that doesn't say Mickey Mouse Fan, so lie. On February 6th, 2025 at 9:19 a.m., an email from Snarkers to someone whose email address ends with @dcs.in.gov. Lori Liar Schmones at blank 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 street apartment blank in blank Indiana was recorded threatening one of your employees this morning after her children were removed from her care yesterday. My contact information is blank blank and my phone number is blank 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 blank. As you can see, lots more of her actions are on my YouTube channel, and Snarkers provided her YouTube channel. Thank you. What's that like? Again, not Mickey Mouse fan. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 employees with DCFS in locally in Indianapolis. Good afternoon. I don't know why I said good afternoon, but anyway, I think I started writing in the afternoon. I have some really serious concerns, and honestly, all behaviors of Liar J, who resides at blank blank apartment blank in Peru, Indiana, is facing neglect charges with a hearing tomorrow, Wednesday, 7/23 at 11 a.m. Her 2 teenage daughters, blank and blank, were removed from her custody earlier this year, but the last few days she has been what I would consider, so that's my opinion, extremely manic. Anything that I don't attach for proof can be located by watching reposts on Lori's own lives. These can be found by date and time on quote-unquote Mickey Mouse Fan Exposes on YouTube. There is no type of editing as far as clipping to make something look different than it is or any AI creation. The only type of editing is removing any long time schmed, her opinions and commentary, and blurs the girls' faces out if Liar shows any photos. I put her channel link and then her email. Right when this happened, it was when Mickey Mouse Fan's channel was actually going through the first forensic clearance, which was done by Indianapolis DCFS, which would be the quote-unquote higher-ups, the higher-ups. Concerning behavior of Liars recently within the last 2 weeks, Lori had an off-again, on-again friendship, and that was quote-unquote, with another creator who went by the name of Naked on TikTok. Her real name was blank, unsure of her last name. They had a few quote-unquote falling out. When that blank saw the unedited repost of Liar herself doing and saying the things that she had, blank ended the friendship with Liar. Contrary to what Liar says that we got in her ear, or head, or whatever the fuck she says, bullshit, one evening, Schmandy ended up going on blank's live stream and they became friends. At the time, none of us knew this, but blank had relapsed and wasn't being honest with everyone. Blank and blank just were simply friends. Made Lori quote-unquote blow her top. She relentlessly bullied, harassed, threatened, and stalked blank for months. This ranged from her bad-mouthing her daily, slandering, harassing her, calling her horrible names, showing a video of blank ODing, supposedly, allegedly, on live stream, making fun of her, mocking her, and berating her. Offline, she even went as far to text her, send her voice memos, calls, and left voicemails with threats, slander, and harassment, which we heard Liar Jones with our own ears. This continued up until the evening blank suddenly left us. At this point, the cause of is unknown, which we now know what that cause was. After her passing, Liar attempted to use blank's passing for attention, sympathy, and even monetary gain, in my opinion, of course. Lori's display of blatant disrespect has caused outrage within the community. somebody that has the YouTube name Supernatural Crime with Nikki, and I gave her, which I have up on the screen, which I gave her YouTube, created a petition on change.org in an attempt to get Lori banned from TikTok. I put the hyperlink, as you can see, for the petition. The petition was created approximately 10 to 14 days ago, and as of this evening had over 2,000 verified signatures. She has been claiming, since being assigned a public defender for pending neglect charges, that he, quote-unquote, is filing charges on 10 plus people from TikTok and YouTube. No one has committed any legit crimes, but simply repost Lori's lives, speak out on the abuse and trauma. Take a second to point out to everybody the date on that. See, July 23rd, 2025. So while it has not quite been a year yet, we are coming on it fairly quick. But see, the thing is Lori, like the other low-cal beggars, throw out these legal threats that their people are being arrested and they're being investigated and, like, legal aid's helping them. It's bullshit, guys. Fucking bullshit. But it's funny. She has caused her children and animals constantly asking strangers on the internet for money, and her constant outrageous, harmful lies, which she is still doing today. And this is, what, a year later, liar? She doesn't like being exposed for her lies, which from watching her for the past few months, it seems like lying comes naturally to her. And I believe, which again is my opinion, Lori Jones, which I'm entitled to, at this point that she even believes herself. She claims to meet or speak with this attorney 3 to 4 times weekly and has a PI gathering all personal information on everyone in the process of filing lawsuits along with charges. It is absolutely insanity. And I provided a clip of claiming charges for Faith Johnson, claiming charges on people, second threat on villain, more lies, clip of false claims, says there are charges and recordings, another clip, more lies about charges, and a, 5 clips, more threats and false charges. See, all those clips were provided on they were in the drive provided on the email. Today, Tuesday, 7/22/2025, during a live at 6 a.m., she repeatedly threatened, slandered, and bullied a woman by the name of Miss Margaret. Goes by the name of your favorite villain on YT and TT. Her YT can be found at, and then the link, I met M over 5 years ago when I started an account on TikTok. We have been what I consider best friends for over 4 years now be going on 5. We speak several times weekly on the phone via text or calls, and she saved me from myself during one of the darkest times of my life. While struggling with acute grief from losing my cousin who took his own life, she is one of the most selfless, not selfish and vile, selfless. Look it up, Liar Jones, if you don't know the definition. That I've ever met. She has done and given back too much to others or those in need, and I am thankful for her every day. Lori started calling her quote-unquote maggot, claiming that she has this extensive criminal record that is non-existent, and she has even quote-unquote scammed money through GoFundMes, which she has no proof of. Says she looks like a man and much, much more, simply because Margaret exposed her lies and puts her victims, 2 children and 2 dogs, before her selfish needs of looking good on the internet or getting money or attention, your gifts in your case, Lori. So I also attached an additional 6 clips claiming charges on people, second threat, harassing, threatening, lying about villain, more talk, more bullying, more threats, harassing villain, more threats and false charges, and more threats on villain. It seems like Lori gets quite enraged when anyone confronts her, calls her out for her bad behavior and parenting, exposes her lies, exposes her bad behaviors, or even points out her lies. It's rather concerning that a woman who is in her mid-40s cannot take even basic accountability or responsibility for her own actions. Instead, she doubles down and makes situations worse with more lies and false statements. Within the past few days, Liar has made numerous comments about quote-unquote going far away, using words like they, meaning she clearly plans to take the children, which at the time she had no rights to. I'm sorry, no custody rights to. And no one, even Andy, will know where they are. Now, I just want to make a side note. At the time, during this time, Andy had actually been granted guardianship of both girls because at the first hearing that actually took place, not the one where Psycho Bunny and the other, I can't remember, Lolly went, was granted guardianship of both children. Why? Oh, well, that's because of the trustee folder that he has that is pretty much the same that I have, except he has all the exhibits and they're in color and he has a flash drive and all that. So he pulled that out too because they were going to go to their donor. But Andy brought it to the court's attention, the criminal stuff that I had found on him. So the court didn't have any idea, that's really concerning. But anyway, story for another day. She even went as far yesterday to claim that yesterday morning that she was quote unquote going to look at a place that is quite far away. Clearly, since Lori is more often online making videos or putting up descriptions on her lives, she needs money for things like cigarettes, food, Delta, DoorDash, frappes, McDonald's, and even toilet paper. But this concerns me that she's asking for money less than a week after receiving her check and isn't providing any financial support for the girls now. There was an incident with the youngest one, and she ended up in placement. To my knowledge, Liar did not provide any kind of anything for the girls the entire year. Shocker. How she is planning on supporting them, especially if she takes off with them. Now, just to be clear, I did not hear her say she was going to do this before her case is closed, but she has been saying that she will have the girls back today. I have always been very concerned about Lori's mental health issues and honestly believe that she is either not properly diagnosed or not properly medicated or both. Again, this was in my opinion. I attached more clips, bragging about begging for money online, claims she is going to look at a new place far away, more talk about taking the girls far away, claims or says she is moving far away with the girls, blaming TikTok for the girls' trauma, talking about getting money from strangers, and writing along with bailing out a creator by the name of Nick Harris. Talking about taking the girls, not telling anyone where they are, and we are out, or we out, leaving Indiana. She also, within the past couple weeks, packed everything up in her apartment. She claims that she did that so that she can, quote-unquote, keep the place nice and tidy, since the landlord is such a nice person. This includes her bed that is currently propped up against the wall. This is very strange behavior. Considering that, when did you move, liar? October or November, something like that, and this was in, July? July 23rd. This includes her bed currently propped up against the wall. She claims that she has an air mattress that she inflates, sleeps on, and deflates. I find this incredibly strange for many reasons, especially when, according to her own admission on numerous occasions, states that she takes multiple naps a day. She is always complaining how sharp the younger dog's nails are, and that she's always scratching. Liar due to this. So I would think an air mattress wouldn't even last one night. It was also brought to my attention that there is a suspicion, which again is a suspicion or an opinion, or, in our opinion, based off of things, that your actions and shit, Liar Jones, that Lori has an infestation of some type of bugs. Within the last 2 to 3 days, she showed the dogs laying on the kitchen floor. When she showed this, that they were laying on a comforter that was on top of what looked like outdoor furniture cushions. What I really found odd was the 2 pillows that were propped up against the wall. Before she propped her bed up and stopped sleeping on it, she would take the pillows every day before leaving and put them in the closet. She said the dogs would rip or chew them or destroy them while she was gone. I attached a picture of the, outdoor shit on the floor, the comforter, and the pillows. Now all of a sudden they're on the floor, but she's not sleeping on the kitchen floor with the dogs. None of this makes sense. So, in my opinion, you were sleeping on the kitchen floor with the dogs. But anyway, she has a habit of getting attached to random, strange men from the internet incredibly quickly. In the past, she has moved them in with her. One from Florida, Mr. Puma, who was another guy from Facebook named Justin, which she moved in while moving to Indiana. One or both of TikTok seems to be no different. If she goes into a man's life and she finds him attractive, she will get obsessed rather quickly. She will then gift him while on live, message them, watch all their lives, and interact with them, talk about them constantly in her lives, and just a few months ago, even went as far to make up a whole relationship with a guy who didn't even know who she was. This is extremely dangerous for anyone to do, but especially a woman with 2 teenage girls. And we still see this pattern today, don't we, lawyer? Casper, shit like that. And her most recent obsession from TikTok is a man with extremely long criminal history, including domestic violence. It is rumored that there are also sexual-based charges that he has been charged with or convicted of. He has outstanding warrants in multiple states, and most recently arrested after breaking into his grandmother's house, who has an active PFA and PO against him, and raiding her fridge will really mess up. Okay, and then I included a description of her obsession with Nick Harris and the fact that he had accidentally doxed himself, and Lori wrote his cell phone number down, and according to her own words, has been texting him regularly, even though that he is in jail, because she believes the police have his phone, so she is sending clips of people talking about him. She also claims to have written him letters and constantly talking about bailing him out. Now, she obviously didn't do this. We know she's very, in our opinion, delusional. I did attach a clip of you doing that. I am very concerned that Lori is planning on possibly making yet another false accusation on a certain somebody again today, before or at court, while she was on a manic crying rant 2 days ago about how he was going to not keep his cool and was going to end up in jail. I know she has done this before, and there's been text that came out that she planned on doing it yet again. I attached 3 clips. One, that he was supposedly going to jail, cry and lie, manifesting for Andy to keep his cool, and plan for possible false allegations. Yeah, see, 3 more clips. I'm going to be sending a few more concerns with clips first thing in the morning. I realize it's a lot already, and I'm so sorry if all of this has been weighing so heavy on my mind. I only want the absolute best for these children. Unfortunately, I do not believe that Liar has ever or will ever be able to give them any type of life at all. Due to a lot of storage issues with devices and laptops, I couldn't get this to you before I started the business. Now it's almost 2:30 a.m. I will have the second part to you by 9 a.m. at the latest. If you have any questions, I can be reached at blah, blah, blah. I just asked the phone number to be redacted and kept private to avoid getting in the wrong hands. And then my name. And there's a point to me reading these guys, so I know. All right, so July 23rd, Wednesday, July 23rd at 8:59 a.m. to those 6 people I didn't name before, but good morning. This is the remaining concerns I have. What I've recently seen of Liar Jones 3 days ago. While Liar was having what I believed a breakdown to get somebody's attention, he has smartened up and no longer allows Liar to control or manipulate him for attention. And later in the day, she publicly asked for money. She said, "I think I am going to have a seizure on Wednesday," and followed it with, "I think I'm going to ask the EMTs be on scene just in case." Now, for those that don't know, she does not actually have a disorder. What happened was based off of her own admission, which right here, I attached the clip admitting that she has drug-induced seizures. See, Lori, you admitted that yourself. So, meaning after she no longer took that GAB medication, that she hasn't had any sense. And this was according to Andy, other people that know her. And supposedly she can get her license back, but she can't look at flashing lights. So what are you planning on doing, Lori, when you're driving your minivan that you supposedly want to look at? If an emergency vehicle comes at you, you're going to just go like that. Like, that's not how that works. So, which is it? See, that's the problem with your lives. They don't make sense. Math never maths with you. Anywho, it was odd for numerous reasons, but the biggest ones are, and all the time I have been looking into this liar since 12/26/2024, when she mocked and intentionally terrorized the children after forcing them to come to her home. I have never heard her speak about having one recently. It's all about the past. I have also heard from others that the seizures she did have were drug-induced. Lori openly admits that yesterday. I believe that she is truly afraid of what is going to happen at court, and I believe that she is using this as a way to get sympathy, or she will have to fake a seizure in court or in front of important people. She stated yesterday that she didn't say anything that she was predicting she was going to have a seizure. She just said she was going to take her meds to court, which is not what she said, hence why I attached the clips of her saying that. And then, you lied and said you didn't. So right there's another lie. Shocker. Anyway, this is not what she said. The clips are blown her nose. Okay. I have attached a clip that she mentioned yesterday. The past seizures were indeed brought on by abusing something. Yes, you're there. Lori does not take her medication properly. Many have called her out for this on replays and even during her lives. She claims that her quote-unquote something doctor stated it's okay and she doesn't have to take the medication that's prescribed. No doctor would ever risk their license to say that, Lori. Or as recommended for this medication to work properly or to its fullest extent. If this is true, her doctor is at risk for ethics issues and even possibly more severe consequences. And then right here I attached a clip of you admitting to taking it wrong. Yeah. Last fall, while she was still in the RV by Andy's house, she had said that she, quote-unquote, weaned herself down to a half one her day by herself. At the time, she was prescribed 1.5 tablets a day. So according to what people think you are taking, that would have been 4 milligrams. But you would have been taking 4, but you're supposed to be taking 12. That's a huge difference, obviously. And if that were the case, you would have a large overabundance and overage of that medication remaining. Where is that, Lori? In my opinion, it seems like she was doing this so that she could sell the remaining one she wasn't taking. Those sell anywhere from 10 to 25, quote unquote, on the street. This would mean she was making an extra 300 to 750 selling 30 tablets monthly. In my opinion. See, I put that right there, Lori. In my opinion. Yeah, see? Recently, she stated that, quote unquote, my doctor upped me to 2 tablets a day. This would be 16 milligrams. But she is only ever seen taking a half a tablet, which again will be 4 milligrams. Yesterday, she claimed that she is prescribed to take 4 halves a day. This would mean she is taking 4 milligrams every few hours, and that isn't how this medication is prescribed. In this case, she would have approximately an extra 45 of them monthly, a profit of leaving her with an extra 450 to 1125 monthly. There's you admitting. There's a clip. So on the actual email, a clip of you admitting to taking it wrong. She has continued to involve her children in social media drama. She openly admits this, and yesterday even stated that her daughters watch her reposts on YouTube. And I attached a clip of you bragging about that. She brags about asking for money from strangers on the internet on a regular basis. She claims that she's not, quote unquote, begging. She is asking for help because TikTok is a resource. I am very concerned about Liar's ability to even care for herself properly, let alone her children or even dogs. She has been seen regularly live with dirt in the creases of her neck, and she doesn't even have a trash can in her apartment. She often leaves a trash bag in her kitchen sink or on the counter. She regularly leaves a mop that she uses to clean up dog urine or mop up after the dogs have an accident just sitting in the sink. I do not believe that she is able to manage money, make proper decisions, as she has 6 to 8 evictions in the past 5 to 7 years. So after I got to looking into stuff, I found more. Many people from social media have sent gifts and basic needs for the girls to A's or even Liars. Instead of giving them to the girls, she keeps them for herself. I personally sent a care package to Andy's. I told that story. Like I stated in my first email, my only reason for getting involved is to try to ensure that these 2 girls have an opportunity to have the life that they have always deserved. With their basic needs being met, live without abuse and trauma caused by no other than their own mother. The day she was going on about Andy keeping his cool Wednesday when there was a parade in Peru. She claimed all of her caseworkers were going to be in the parade. She also, within 4 to 5 minutes, went from crying hysterically to looking out her window at the parade setting up, saying, "Yeah, girl, swing that flag." Yeah, okay, swing that flag, girl. The constant change of emotions and inability to control herself concerns me that she's potentially a danger to herself, her children. In my opinion, it is very clear that she is struggling with mental health that is untreated for whatever reason. As I stated in my first email, I am more than willing to speak to anyone who desires to do so, and these emails can be shared with whoever they need to see them. I just ask that my cell phone number at the bottom be redacted to ensure my family's peace and safety. Thank you for your time, and thank you for what you do. I included a clip of bag of trash in the kitchen sink, a clip of bragging about begging online for money, a clip with dirt in the neck folds, the quote with less than 5-minute turnaround. She went from crying to, yeah, swing that flag, girl. A clip of saying she came out on top, which strange, she says that today. So were you on top then or now? Weird. A clip of talking about getting money from strangers and writing along with bailing out Nick. So let's see, I'll attach all the clips. I signed it with Ryan. Okay. So, no, but all of these, okay, in these emails I have read, okay, can you please, one, tell me which one of those were actually signed MMF? I'll wait. See, in fact, like MMF has stated, she hasn't sent anything. I do, in fact, forward these to her and Villain, just for their records. And guess what? They've never even put them out. I have, to prove you a fucking liar. Can you also please, in here, in those 3 emails, can you please break down and show legit receipts, scoop to that level, and show what was a lie? And you can't use my opinions, because I was very clear about things that were my opinion. Stop fucking lying about people. So, that was the purpose of the first half of that. I know that went a little slow. Let's get into the drive, shall we? Lori, could you explain why you have 19 email addresses? You can't say they're not yours, because it seems like Lolo Jones 2, Lolo Jones 26, Lolo Telford 20, CJ Graham, Lolo Jones, Lori Jones, Dave K and me 1, CJ Graham 1, L Jones 67. I thought this was weird. L Martin, D Lolo Jones 26187. Search the net. J Lolo Jones 26Q61. Z Lori Jones SA 25. No wonder you can't remember your email addresses. Lolo Jones 26. Derek Levy, which is what another one here. X is right, Lori? Yeah, so these are in fact all of your email addresses. I think what I will do is use the trusty old Ben Verified and look up some of those. I'll just see what I can find. Also, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 past addresses minus someone did confirm that the 3 did not. So you have 20 past addresses. Weird. And five phone numbers. But we'll see what comes up on the side. Anyway, also, real quick, we'll go over her evictions. So, 6 evictions between 2018 and 2025. One was for 2018. Also includes a damage hearing on 6/4/18. Neither party appeared, which would mean it probably got dismissed. Another one occurred in Florida, 4/11/2019. Another one occurred 9/15/2021. That was back in Indiana. The first one I mentioned was in Indiana. Another one occurred on 9/22/22 in Indiana. I have the one from 3/15/2025. Instability, 2/24. On the 12/24 hearing, this got dismissed, got an agency to pay the back rent, and through the end of her lease, so it would be July 2024, which was Andy's house that went through with being evicted. Spring 2024, she was given a camper after going on live on TikTok and claiming, quote unquote, that he was abusing her. She sold the RV in November of 2024. 10/19/2022 was in a shelter. She went on Facebook lying. She stated that the place that she lived was bought out. It wasn't. 9/30/2022, evicted. 6/28/2022, evicted. How in the fuck is that possible? 3 months apart. 5/9/2021, a Facebook post of Lori's that you moved back to, that P word where you lived, before. July 2021 in Florida, according to the docket, this was her mailing address at the time. So you got evicted from there. 10/30/2020, Facebook post of Lori's moving to Florida. 4/11/2019 in Florida, got evicted with somebody else that has since passed away. And then 4/13/2018 was evicted from Indiana. Criminal history, February 2018, driving without license, that did get dismissed. November 2021, allows dogs to stray, which is shocker because, she refuses to put a leash on the dogs. 12/19/2022, conversion, which, is the bullshit about, she stepped in between an elderly woman, which is weird since she pushed her elderly mother down, but anywho's it. And then, of course, January 2025, neglect of children, ×2. Now, I'm not sure if there was a conviction with that, but she was charged with it. So, as I said, it is 1 a.m., and we will start off on relationships on my next part. So, yeah, lots more to go through, guys. Please bear with me. I hope everybody stays patient because I am trying to do this without hurting certain people. She claims that we are responsible for the trauma, but really it's her. So far, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So, my floppy disk for the night and pick it back up tomorrow. Because I'm sure that by 9 a.m. she will have taken accountability or apologized for her lies. That's unfortunate. I would have just done it. I just actually wouldn't have said it to begin with, but hey.